This video is sponsored by Shortboxed, the easiest way to buy and sell graded comic books. Download the app today using the link in the description. In this video, I'm going to show you some cool books that I recently found in the 100K collection, along with some that I found before and misplaced as part of my move. And then lastly, I'm going to show you a couple of books that I'm going to be sending in to CGC to have graded. So yes, there is a lot that I am cramming into this video, but my hope is that you will enjoy it. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel for some reason or another, I definitely want to encourage you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the content that gets released from the channel. Generally speaking, the channel is all about helping you to make sense of comic book collecting, but along the way, we like to have fun with haul videos, unboxings, and other type of entertaining content. Hopefully, you'll decide to join me. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. I spent a little time this weekend hunting in the 100K collection, and I found some really awesome books. As you heard from that intro, some of these books are new. Some of them were actually found before and misplaced when I relocated from California to North Carolina, but they have been found again. But like I said, we're going to spend some time actually showing you some of these books. The other thing that I want to mention is that there could be some folks that are not familiar with the 100K collection, and that does not describe how much money I pay for the collection. It essentially describes the total number of books that is in this collection. It is a massive collection, over 28,000 pounds of comics, and I purchased this a few years ago, and I've continued to pull really awesome comics from this collection, some of which we're going to take a look at today. I want to get things started off with some books that have been found previously in the 100K collection, and then I'm going to kind of mix it up here. So this is a book that I actually showed in a previous video. I've actually found 2 copies of this. This is Raccoon, a 4-part limited series. Used to do a lot of this stuff, Marvel, back in the day, these limited series, and so this was one of them. I have been unable to find the first appearance of Raccoon, but this is actually his first solo series, so it was definitely cool to have found a few copies of that. But over the last few weeks, and then just this weekend, I found the last of the rest of the books. So here is issue number 2. Really, really nice copy of this book here. It is actually still white. And one of the things that happens over time sometimes is that white covers actually start to yellow and get a little dingy. This one is crispy white, which is wonderful. That's the second issue right there in the limited series. Here is issue number 3, and this is one that I just found this weekend, so definitely pleased to have been able to complete this little run. Really nice yellow cover right here. And then the last one is issue number 4. Again, this is a cover that has a lot of white in it, yet still actually looks white, which is really nice. This one was bagged and boarded and has been probably since it was purchased back in the day. Well, you never know. With the collection this large. So next up, I want to show you 2 additional books that were found in the 100K collection. I actually had copies of this in the PC already, but then was fortunate enough to find some additional copies in the large collection. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual issue number 16. This is, of course, the origin and first appearance of Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel. Really, really cool book. To have come back at a 9.6 several months ago, and I've actually shown shown that book in a previous video. I think that I've also shown this. This is actually the second appearance of Monica Rambeau as Captain Marvel. This is Avengers issue number 227. I want to say I found like 8 copies of this in the collection, so definitely pleased to have found this. Maybe at some point I will actually get this one graded. But what I was attempting to find are these next couple of books that are really focused on Monica Rambeau. I was really hunting, trying to find these books and have located them. This is one that took me some time to find. This is Solo Avengers starring Hawkeye, issue number 2. This is also the first solo story featuring Monica Rambeau. So that's what makes this book significant, is that it is her first solo story. Definitely a cool cover featuring Hawkeye right there, and Monica Rambeau over here fighting Power Parasite is the guy's name. And then I also was hunting for this. This is a book. The next two were found previously in California. These were the ones that were misplaced that I then found in the collection again. I kind of sort of knew where they were, but it took me some time to find them. This is the giant size special Captain Marvel issue number 1, and this is her first solo title. Again, as some of the first appearance books go up in value, my belief is that some of these solo title series may also start to see a little bit of energy behind them, because this is what people will be able to afford. And if nothing else, it is just a cool book for me to have found in the collection. I only found a single copy of this one, so definitely pleased to have found that. And then this next one I think is maybe her second series. This is Captain Marvel issue number 1. I just happened to find this one randomly, so I decided to go ahead and show it. No real significance to this other than it's Captain Marvel on the cover right there. So there you go. But again, some pretty cool books by and large. So the next book is one that I felt was in the collection. I had gone through bins, found books before, books after this specific book, could not find it. I found 2 copies this weekend, and I am super pumped about it. I read one of them last night. Not the best story, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not the best story, not the worst story, but this is Incredible Hulk issue number 449. And this is the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. And I believe that there is some spec associated with Thunderbolts right now, maybe a TV show or something like that associated with them. So I was pretty excited to have found this in the collection. And like I said, I found not just 1, but 2 copies of this book. So definitely pleased to have found that. Not the best cover, not the worst cover, not the best story, not the worst story. But still, we have them. 2 copies of that book. And then I also found this. This is issue number 4. This is actually the first appearance of a character called Jolt. And again, there's a little bit of speculation around the Thunderbolts, and of course, regarding the characters that are associated with the Thunderbolts, that being Jolt is one of them. There are some other Thunderbolts book or Thunderbolt related books that I'm hoping to find, but have yet to locate in the collection. But the hunt continues. As I alluded to at the top, there are some books that I am going to send into CGC. And what I'm going to show you next are 2 really awesome books that are definitely going in. The question for me is, what else will I send with them? That is like the big question. These 2 are going for sure. And part of the reason why they're going is because I personally believe that sooner or later, this character is going to appear in the MCU. I've actually thought this for several years, that it would be some time before it happened, but I believe that it will happen. And as a result of that, I actually started buying up these books like 3 years ago, if not a little bit more, because I believe that this will actually happen. And the character that I am actually talking about is Prince Namor, the Submariner. I firmly believe this character will appear in the MCU. For me, it is a matter of time. A lot of rumors, a lot of speculation around this. This is like, for me, all about the blue ocean strategy, buying up those books when no one else is necessarily talking about them. And that's why I bought them a few years ago. And to some degree or another, there may be a little bit of a lull right now with this character where people are focused on other things versus the Submariner. So it could potentially be a good time to pick them up as well. I have not looked at prices in a little while, but I'm about to, because I have to submit these. Without any further ado, X-Men issue number 6. Definitely a really cool book. I have a lot of the low number X-Men books minus X-Men issue number 4, which I'm hoping to get at some point. That book is a little hot and has been because of the WandaVision TV show, and also Magneto. But this is a really cool book, issue number 6. I was able to get this from a guy in California. He owned a comic shop once upon a time. I hooked up with him and have bought a lot of really nice Silver Age books from this guy over the years. Continue to go back to him time and time again and kind of get some really awesome books from him. So this is one of them that I snagged. So that'll be going off the CGC, as will this book right here, Prince Namor, the Submariner, issue number 1. Definitely a really, really cool book. I have 2 copies of this book. One of them has some, a clear color touch where some kid back in the day colored in into blue the characters that are down here. I knew that when I bought it, but this is one of the nicer copies that I was able to pick up a couple of years ago. We're going to send this one in and also get it graded. So there you go. Those are the books that I either found again or plan to send into CGC. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, I want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button. And like I said at the start of the video, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I want to personally invite you to go ahead and tap that button right now. That way you don't miss out on any of the content that comes out from the channel. And as always, if you need to reach out to me for any reason at all, you can do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.